Welcome to Daikin web-based training. Functional components installed on an air conditioner's refrigerant circuit are connected by pipe brazing. In this course, we will learn about the points for brazing work that allow for replacement of the primary functional components, namely the electronic expansion valve, four-way valve and compressor, in the event they break down. The following are what we will be learning in this course in relation to brazing work. 1. Preparation. 2. Replacing an electronic expansion valve. 3. Replacing a four-way valve. 4. Replacing a compressor. If refrigerant piping is heated with a brazing flame while refrigerant is still inside the refrigerant circuit, it creates a risk that the pressure in the refrigerant circuit will increase due to the heat, causing the piping to burst. This can also cause refrigerant to be released into the atmosphere, which should be avoided from the perspective of protecting the global environment. Be sure to use a recovery unit in order to completely recover the refrigerant inside the piping before repairing a refrigerant circuit. In addition, remove any detachable parts and protective materials before initiating brazing work. Now, let's start learning about how to replace an electronic expansion valve. Detach the electronic expansion valve coil by pulling it upward, so that it will not be damaged upon coming into contact with the brazing flame during the replacement. Remove the putty that has been applied to the electronic expansion valve main body from the piping. The next procedure is protection. In order to prevent the heat generated by brazing from transferring to the functional components, it is necessary to sufficiently protect them. First, cut a piece of cotton waste into strips, soak them in water and squeeze them lightly. Next, tightly wrap a strip of wet cotton waste around the brazed joint on the electronic expansion valve main body side more than once, and tie it so that there is no space between the wet cotton waste and the joint. Then, cover the electronic expansion valve main body with some wet cotton waste so that it will not be damaged by coming into direct contact with the brazing flame. After the protection of the electronic expansion valve main body has been completed, protect all the components around it. Protection of the components around the electronic expansion valve includes prevention of the electronic expansion valve from temperature increase, protection of the heat exchanger fin from burn damage, prevention of the four-way valve's internal valve from temperature increase, protection of the coating film on the accumulator from burn damage, protection of the insulation of the compressor terminal from burn damage, and protection of the coating film on the compressor from burn damage. As shown in the photo, protect those components so that they will not be damaged by coming into direct contact with the flame. The actual protection is as shown in the photo. After the protection procedures have been completed, prepare for detachment. Prepare the brazing devices, pliers, an ignition lighter, and 1/16 inch diameter brazing filler metals. When conducting brazing work, be sure to perform nitrogen replacement to prevent the formation of oxide film. After the refrigerant has been completely recovered, detach the refrigerant piping connecting the indoor and outdoor units. Send nitrogen from the low-pressure side service port to the liquid side stop valve outlet in order to replace the oxygen inside the piping with nitrogen. At this time, make sure that both the gas and liquid side stop valves and electronic expansion valves are open, and the gas side piping connection port is closed. When detaching the electronic expansion valve, do so from the one that is furthest from the nitrogen inlet port, in order to heat the connection area while performing nitrogen replacement. Be sure to confirm that the refrigerant gas inside the refrigerant circuit has been completely recovered before heating the brazed area with a welding torch. Protect the components around the electronic expansion valve with non-flammable sheets for welding or steel sheets to prevent any damage from direct contact with the flame. While performing nitrogen replacement, heat the two brazed joints and detach the electronic expansion valve by pulling it out with pliers. Use the reducing flame. After the valve has been detached, replace it with a new one. Let's watch the video to review the correct procedures for replacement of an electronic expansion valve in an outdoor unit when it breaks down. First, let's confirm the protection procedures in the video. Cut a piece of cotton waste into strips. Soak them in water and squeeze them lightly. Protect the functional components sufficiently with wet cotton waste to prevent the heat from transferring to them. Besides wet cotton waste, Non-flammable sheets and steel sheets can also be used for protection. Heat the piping joint on the side connected to the stop valve. Melt the brazing filler metal and pull the pipe out slowly. Keep the pipe that has been pulled out away from the original piping for a while so it can cool down and does not stick to the piping. Then, heat the piping joint on the other side and detach the electronic expansion valve. Immediately after detaching the valve, cool the heated area by applying a piece of wet cotton waste to it. Insert a new electronic expansion valve, protected in advance with wet cotton waste, into the connection port. Check the piping area connected to the heat exchanger to see if the gas for nitrogen replacement is flowing from the service port side. If the piping connection is pulled up a few inches, it generates pressure from both above and below while the electronic expansion valve is being inserted, which helps ensure smooth insertion of the joint when the brazing filler metal is molten, as well as brazing success. Bend the brazing rod at approximately 2 inches from the tip. Apply the flame from the near side of the joint and heat from the inner pipe. After heating the inner and outer pipes evenly, distribute the brazing filler metal from the rear side. In the case of thinner piping, such as a 1/4 inch pipe, do not heat the flare bottom with a flame. It can quickly result in the flare bottom becoming clogged with the brazing filler metal. Now, let's learn about how to replace a 4-way valve. First, detach the 4-way valve coil by removing the screw on the coil so that the coil will not be damaged upon coming into contact with the brazing flame. Remove the putty that has been applied to the 4-way valve joint. When replacing the 4-way valve, a skilled service person first cuts the 4 copper pipes connected to the valve main body with a pipe cutter, removes the remaining copper pipes by heating the joint, and connects a new 4-way valve with upward brazing. An inexperienced service person should avoid upward brazing, but find an area on the refrigerant piping connected to the 4-way valve that is easy to work on, detach the valve, move it to a place where there is sufficient workspace, and then remove the pipes connected to the valve. After the refrigerant has been completely recovered, detach the refrigerant piping connecting the indoor and outdoor units. Send nitrogen from the low-pressure side service port to the liquid side stop valve outlet in order to replace the oxygen inside the piping with nitrogen. At this time, make sure that both the gas and liquid side stop valves and electronic expansion valves are open, and the gas side piping connection port is closed. When detaching the 4-way valve, do so from the one that is furthest from the nitrogen inlet port, in order to heat the connection while performing nitrogen replacement. Detach the piping that runs from the 4-way valve to the outdoor unit heat exchanger at the connection. Remove the joint for the piping that runs from the 4-way valve to the compressor's discharge side. Remove the joint for the piping that runs from the 4-way valve to the accumulator's suction side. During these procedures, do not stop the nitrogen replacement until the pipe temperature decreases completely. Let's confirm the procedures for replacing the 4-way valve in the video. In the same way as we learned about replacing the electronic expansion valve, protect the necessary areas with wet cotton waste to prevent the heat from transferring to the 4-way valve and surrounding components. Perform nitrogen replacement by injecting nitrogen into the piping to be removed. The 4-way valve's internal valve is made of resin and melts at approximately 250 degrees Fahrenheit. If the valve melts, it will affect its movement, so protect it to prevent the valve temperature from exceeding the melting point. If the flame is applied in the same direction as the 3 ports of the 4-way valve, the pipe behind them will also be heated, possibly causing a hole. So, be sure to apply the flame on the target pipe at a 90-degree angle. After the flame has been applied and the brazing filler metal has started to melt, twist the piping a little. If the piping moves, pull it out as it indicates that the brazing filler metal over the entire circumference is molten. If it does not move, heat the entire circumference evenly. After the piping has been detached, immediately cool the four-way valve down with wet cotton waste. Protect the four-way valve main body and the area around it with wet cotton waste to protect from direct contact with the flame. In the reverse order of detachment of the four-way valve, heat the connection area and insert the piping into the four-way valve main body. Referring to an illustration made or photo taken in advance, insert the piping at the exact angle. Heat the connection area and insert the piping all the way in so that it will be inserted properly. At the time of insertion, the brazing filler metal is already spread inside the joint, so apply the brazing filler metal to create the build-up around the joint. Heat only the front side with the flame, and apply the brazing filler metal from the rear side. Finally, check the entire circumference of the brazing area using a mirror or the like, and if there is any insufficiency, add more brazing filler metal. Let's now learn about how to replace a compressor. Detach the compressor's terminal cover. Remove the compressor's lead wires. Note the terminal numbers and respective colors so that the lead wires will not be misconnected when reattaching the compressor. Remove the lead wire protection bushing and suction pipe putty. Remove the only nut on the compressor with a spanner. Let's confirm the procedures for replacing the compressor in the video. Protect the compressor and the area around it with wet cotton waste, steel sheets, or non-flammable sheets in order to prevent the heat from transferring to the components and the parts from being burnt by the flame during brazing. Be sure to confirm that the refrigerant gas inside the refrigerant circuit has been completely recovered before heating the brazed area with a welding torch. While performing nitrogen replacement, heat the brazed area of the discharge pipe on the compressor and remove it. Heat the brazed area of the suction pipe on the compressor and remove it. Finally, detach the compressor by pulling it up. While performing nitrogen replacement, heat the brazed area of the discharge pipe on the compressor with a welding torch and remove it. If oil is still inside the piping while the compressor is being detached, it is very dangerous, as the oil will blend with the refrigerant gas and the brazing heat will turn it into asphyxiating toxic gas. Moreover, the oil can be ignited by the brazing flame and create a pillar of fire. Therefore, detach the compressor as far away as possible from your face. Heat the brazed area of the suction pipe and remove it. Now, let's confirm how to attach the compressor in the video. While applying force, insert the compressor's discharge and suction piping ports all the way into the piping connections. Fully insert them so that they will be properly inserted. Bend the brazing rod. Apply the flame from the front side and distribute the brazing filler metal from the rear side. Heat the inner pipe first. In the case of thinner piping, such as a 1/4-inch pipe, do not heat the flare bottom with a flame, as it can quickly result in the inside of the piping becoming clogged with the brazing filler metal.